Have you ever had one of those moments where you're surrounded by people? Your phone keeps buzzing, messages keep coming in, there's noise everywhere around you. Yet inside it feels like an empty room. So quiet it almost scares you. You tell yourself you're just tired, so you start searching for ways to fix yourself. You buy books, travel somewhere new, listen to podcasts, meditate, take classes, and try to become a better version of yourself. You think maybe if you become a little more successful, a little more attractive, a little more respected, then maybe you'll finally feel at peace. But something strange keeps happening. Every time you finally achieve something you thought would make you happy, the feeling fades faster than you expected, and a new anxiety takes its place. Before long, life starts to feel like an endless chase. We spend our lives searching outside ourselves, while drifting further and further away from what's happening inside us. Most people think the greatest suffering in life comes from poverty, failure, heartbreak, loneliness, or aging. But maybe the thing that truly exhausts us isn't any of those external problems. Maybe it's the mind itself. The mind never stops. It compares, worries, fantasizes, regrets, replays the past, and fears the future. It's like a room where old memories and imagined disasters keep crashing into each other over and over again. We think peace will come after we solve all our problems, but very few people stop to ask whether the real problem is not the situation itself, but the part of us that clings so tightly to every thought, emotion, and fear. More than 1,000 years ago, in southern China, there lived a man who uncovered this truth in one of the simplest and most revolutionary ways imaginable. He wasn't a scholar. He couldn't read or write. He had no wealth, no status, no influence. He was just a poor young man who survived by chopping wood and selling it for a living. Yet this ordinary man would go on to change the direction of Eastern philosophy forever. His name was Huineng, known later as the Sixth Patriarch of Zen Buddhism, and the teachings connected to him, especially the Platform Sutra, would become one of the most powerful explorations of inner freedom ever written. But what makes Huineng so extraordinary isn't mystery or religion. It's the shocking simplicity of what he realized. He saw something most people spend their entire lives overlooking. The peace we keep searching for has never actually been missing. Huineng was born during the Tang Dynasty in Lingnan, a southern region of China that many people at the time considered uncivilized and remote. His father died when he was young, and he grew up in poverty with his mother. Every day, he carried firewood down from the mountains to sell in the marketplace. There was nothing glamorous about his life. It was survival, plain and simple. But sometimes the moment that changes a person's life arrives in the middle of an ordinary afternoon. One day, while delivering firewood to an inn, Huineng overheard someone reciting a Buddhist scripture. He couldn't understand most of it because he was illiterate, but one sentence struck him like lightning. Let the mind arise without attaching itself to anything. Something about those words shattered the world he thought he knew. He couldn't explain why, but suddenly he sensed there was something deeper inside human life than the endless struggle to survive. From that moment on, he became determined to understand what those words truly meant. Eventually, he learned that the scripture came from a Zen monastery led by the fifth patriarch, Huineng. So after arranging care for his mother, he set out alone on a long journey north. That journey was difficult, but the most important journeys are never really about distance. They are about direction. Most people have experienced moments like this. A sentence, a song, a loss, a conversation, a sudden silence. Something briefly wakes them up, but most eventually return to their old patterns. Huineng did not. When he finally arrived at the monastery, Huineng asked him, "You are from the south, and an uncivilized peasant at that. How could you possibly become enlightened?" The question carried obvious prejudice. Southern people were often looked down upon at the time. But Huineng calmly replied, "People may come from north or south, but our true nature has no north or south." That answer immediately revealed something extraordinary about him. Still, to protect him from jealousy within the monastery, Huineng sent Huineng to work in the back, pounding rice and chopping wood. For the next 8 months, Huineng did not attend lectures or debate philosophy. He simply worked. This is important because many people later turned Zen into something abstract and intellectual, but real Zen was never about escaping life. Huineng's practice happened in ordinary moments, lifting an axe, carrying water, breathing, standing, walking. His awakening was rooted in direct experience, not theory. Later, Huineng asked his disciples to write verses expressing their understanding of enlightenment. The senior monk Shinshio wrote, "The body is a Bodhi tree. The mind is like a mirror stand. Polish it diligently at all times, and do not let dust collect." The meaning is easy to understand. The mind is like a mirror, and spiritual practice means constantly cleaning away greed, fear, anger, and attachment. This is how most people approach life. We believe something is wrong with us, so we spend years trying to improve, repair, and perfect ourselves. We try to control our emotions, eliminate flaws, and become worthy of peace. When Huineng heard the verse, he responded with another. Bodhi was never a tree. The mirror has no stand. Originally, there is not a single thing. Where could dust ever settle? These lines shook the foundations of Chinese thought because they completely changed the question. Shinshio taught people how to polish the mirror. Huineng asked whether the mirror itself was ever truly there. According to Huineng, suffering comes from believing there is a broken self that must constantly be fixed. We assume there is some damaged version of me hidden beneath anxiety and fear. So we fight our emotions, resist our thoughts, and struggle endlessly against ourselves. But Huineng pointed to something radically different. He said your deepest nature was never damaged to begin with. Clouds can cover the sky, but they cannot stain it. Waves can rise on the ocean, but they do not harm the ocean itself. In the same way, thoughts and emotions move through the mind, but they are not your deepest identity. This insight changes everything. Most people spend their lives trying to become someone better, but very few stop to ask, who is the I trying so desperately to improve itself? We identify so strongly with our emotions, memories, achievements, and failures that we become trapped inside them. Someone criticizes you, and suddenly you feel worthless. A relationship ends, and you feel like your life has collapsed. One failure convinces you that you are a failure. But if you look carefully, you'll notice that all these experiences come and go. They pass through you like weather. They are real experiences, but they are not the entirety of who you are. Huineng's great realization was not that people must become perfect. It was that our deepest nature is already whole before we begin chasing perfection. Later, Huineng secretly invited Huineng into his room and explained the Diamond Sutra to him. When they reached the phrase, "Let the mind arise without attaching itself anywhere," Huineng experienced full awakening. He exclaimed again and again in amazement, "How incredible that our true nature is already pure. How incredible that it was never born and never dies. How incredible that it is already complete. How incredible that it cannot be shaken. How incredible that it gives rise to all things." In simple terms, Huineng realized that our deepest nature does not depend on external success, approval, or control. It does not become greater when praised or smaller when rejected. Most anxiety comes from believing we are incomplete. We think we need more money, more love, more validation, more certainty. So we spend our lives grasping outwardly. But true freedom is not finally obtaining everything you want. It is realizing that your worth was never dependent on those things in the first place. Years later, after spending time in hiding, Huineng emerged publicly as a teacher. One famous story tells of two monks arguing while watching a flag blowing in the wind. One monk insisted the wind was moving. The other argued the flag was moving. Huineng interrupted and said, "It is neither the wind nor the flag that moves. It is your mind." This statement became one of the most famous lines in Zen because it shifts attention back to the source of experience itself. We often believe the world causes our suffering, but two people can experience the exact same event and react completely differently. One falls apart while the other remains calm. The difference is not only the event, it is the mind interpreting the event. Modern life makes this even worse because we spend so little time in direct contact with the present moment. We replay the past endlessly and rehearse imaginary futures constantly. Meanwhile, life itself quietly passes by. Huineng taught a principle called no mind, but this idea is often misunderstood. He did not mean becoming empty like a stone or suppressing all thoughts. He specifically warned against that misunderstanding. Thoughts will always arise. Emotions will always appear. The goal is not to eliminate them, but to stop being controlled by them. Think of the sky and birds. Thoughts are like birds flying through the sky. The problem is not that birds appear. The problem begins when you try to chase every bird or trap it in your hands. No mind means allowing thoughts to come and go without becoming imprisoned by them. Modern psychology sometimes calls this observer consciousness. The suffering is often not the emotion itself, but the fact that we completely merge with it. When anger appears, we become anger. When anxiety appears, we become anxiety. But if you step back and observe the emotion instead of drowning inside it, something changes. You realize emotions are temporary movements within awareness, not permanent definitions of who you are. Huineng also taught non-attachment and non-abiding. These ideas are deeply relevant today because modern people are exhausted from clinging to identity and approval. We become obsessed with how others see us. We build fragile identities around success, attractiveness, intelligence, or status. But every identity changes. Praise changes. Circumstances change. Youth changes. Careers change. If your sense of self depends entirely on unstable things, peace becomes impossible. Non-attachment does not mean rejecting life. It means participating in life without becoming psychologically imprisoned by every changing condition. And non-abiding means not letting the mind cling endlessly to the past or future. Most suffering comes from mentally living somewhere other than here. We replay old regrets. We rehearse future disasters. We carry invisible psychological weight every day. Zen is not about escaping the world. Huineng repeatedly emphasized that awakening exists within ordinary life itself. How you respond to stress, conflict, uncertainty, and disappointment. This is the real practice. Modern people often postpone happiness into the future. I'll finally relax when I succeed. I'll finally feel whole when I find the right relationship. I'll finally be happy when everything is stable. But life is always happening now, not later. One of the simplest but deepest teachings in Zen is complete presence. Eat while eating. Walk while walking. Listen while listening. That sounds simple, but most people rarely do it. We eat while scrolling through our phones. We listen while preparing our response. We rest while worrying about work. The body exists in one place while the mind lives everywhere else. This constant fragmentation creates exhaustion. Huineng described a practice sometimes called single-minded presence. Whatever you are doing, fully enter it. Not because it magically solves all problems, but because reality itself only exists in this moment. Anxiety almost always lives in imagined futures. Regret lives in remembered pasts. Presence reconnects you with what is actually here. Another revolutionary part of Huineng's teaching was the idea that everyone possesses Buddha nature. In modern language, this means every human being already possesses the capacity for awareness, wisdom, and awakening. You do not need someone else to save you. You do not need to become a completely different person before you are worthy of peace. Modern society trains people to distrust themselves. We constantly seek external validation, external authority, external answers. But Huineng taught that the deepest truth must ultimately be discovered directly within your own experience. This doesn't mean selfishness or isolation. It means recognizing that no one else can fully live your inner life for you. You must see your own fears clearly. You must understand your own attachments. You must become intimate with your own mind. Only then does real transformation begin. As time passed, many people turned Zen into complex philosophy, but Huineng himself remained remarkably simple. He did not build elaborate systems. He continually brought people back to direct awareness and ordinary life. Modern society has become incredibly advanced technologically, yet many people feel emptier than ever. We know how to make money, build careers, and market ourselves online, but we often do not know how to sit quietly with our own minds. That is why so many outwardly successful people still feel restless inside. External achievements can improve life, but they cannot permanently resolve inner disconnection. Many people are terrified of being alone, but the deeper fear is not loneliness itself. It is facing themselves without distraction. We fill silence with screens, noise, information, and entertainment because stillness forces us to encounter what we have been avoiding. But according to Zen, healing begins precisely there. When you become quiet enough to observe your own mind honestly, you start noticing the fears, wounds, desires, and habits that have quietly controlled your life for years. Real growth often has less to do with gaining more and more to do with letting go. Letting go of perfectionism, letting go of old resentments, letting go of endless comparison, letting go of the need to control everything. A mature person is not necessarily someone who possesses more. Often they are someone carrying less. Near the end of his life, Huineng was asked about the essence of truth. He replied that truth itself is one, though people approach it differently. Some awaken suddenly. Others change gradually over many years. Some are transformed by suffering, others by love, failure, silence, or loss. The path differs for each person, but the direction is the same. Becoming more real, more awake, more deeply connected to life itself. Huineng once compared wisdom to a lamp. One lamp can light thousands of others without losing any of its own brightness. True wisdom is not about superiority. It is about illumination. A truly awakened person does not stand above others trying to appear special. They naturally help bring clarity, warmth, and compassion into the lives around them. Because when you deeply understand your own suffering, you also become more capable of understanding the suffering of others. Modern society is full of communication, yet starving for genuine understanding. Everyone wants to be heard, but very few people truly listen. At the heart of Zen is awareness, awareness of yourself and awareness of others. Sometimes what people need most is not advice, but presence. Not solutions, but understanding. Throughout his life, Huineng kept pointing people back toward what was already here. Real wisdom is not hidden in some distant place. It is found in the middle of ordinary life, in how you speak, how you eat, how you treat people, how you respond to pain, and how honestly you face yourself. Many people spend their lives searching for the meaning of existence. But perhaps the meaning of life is not hidden in some grand final answer. Perhaps it is found in fully inhabiting the moments we are already living. Zen does not deny pain or uncertainty. It simply reminds us that even in the middle of chaos, there is a deeper awareness within us that cannot be completely destroyed by changing circumstances. True freedom is not the absence of problems. It is no longer being completely defined by them. True peace is not a perfectly controlled life. It is the ability to return to yourself even in the middle of storms. True growth is not becoming flawless. It is becoming more honest, more awake, more grounded in reality. Many people spend their entire lives searching for something that will finally save them. But Huineng spent his life pointing toward a startling possibility. What you are searching for has never actually left you. It is not somewhere far away. It is not hidden inside another person. It is not waiting in some perfect future moment. It is here, inside this very moment of clear awareness. And when you finally stop running long enough to truly see your own mind, when you stop endlessly chasing and endlessly escaping, you may suddenly realize that the place you were trying to return to was never lost in the first place.